All right, Shalom. Before I begin, I want to give infinite praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rukakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone GMS who rule well and who taught us this truth. And patient salutations to you fellow brethren that are pushing out this word of sincerity and in truth. All right. In today's lesson, I'm going to be getting into the debunking of the mixed race, all right, mixed ethnicities, all right, mixed nationalities, all right. Now, first of all, mixed race, that term itself is really how do you say, a new world it's a new world belief, all right, because first of all, mixed race mixed race itself, people think that it means just because your parents have different racial and or ethnic backgrounds, as Edom says, the so-called white man, all right. Just because that's so, they immediately think that they're of a mixed people. Which, first of all, I want to get into the word debunk, all right? Because before I started making this lesson to the spirit, I wanted to get into the word debunk, okay? Because the word debunk, that I just really like the definition of it. It fits really perfectly. This is this is from Edom Online. The word debunk, it's a verb meaning an action. It says expose false or nonsensical claims or sentiments, right? To expose false or nonsensical claims, right? And nonsensical claims, that just means something that does not make sense. And this is one of it, all right? Mixed races does not make any, in whatsoever form or other, does not make sense, okay? Because as I was saying before, first of all, mixed race, people don't even have I know for a fact people don't have a staple belief of what the hell a mixed race is, all right, or a mixed person. Because from when I was in the world, me personally, I heard many different things of what mixed is, all right. Because from my general definition, or what people thought it was, or what I thought it was, mixed just means, okay, both of your parents are different background, right? So-called black and so-called white, right? But people go on to say, what do they say? Mixed race black, or mixed race white, you know. So I know for a fact these people don't even know what the hell that they're talking about. All right, so they're confused themselves. All right, and hey, just hence the name Babylon, the land of confusion. Okay. So, but Lord's will, I'm gonna prove it in this video that there's no such thing as a mixed race, and everything goes back to the lineage of your father. All right, not your mother's. All right, so I'm gonna start off with, which really I should just end off the video right here, right now, but you know, for edification purposes, I'm gonna try to expound as much as I can. All right, this is a common one amongst Israel. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 1, verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the first month, and they declared their pedigrees. Now, if you were Salaki, I'm just read the whole thing again. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the numbers of the names from 20 years old and upward by their poll. Now, the word pedigrees means genealogical tables or chart, or in other words, your family lineage. That's just another synonym for pedigree. All right, it's not talking about, you know, dogs and shit. I'm gonna read that again. Numbers 1 and 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families, their lineage after their genealogical chart, so to speak, by the house of their fathers. All right. So basically, that means, plain and simple, that everything is run by the house of their fathers. Now the picture I have right here, this is just a stock image I found on Google. Now I'm gonna just say, you know, for edification's sake, let's just say that the man you see in this picture is an Edomite, all right, a so-called white man, and then the woman on the left is an Israelite woman, all right. Now, just for edification's sakes, that baby, because the father is an Edomite, all right, that baby that you see in the picture in the middle is an Edomite, all right. He is not related to the woman on the left, all right. Women have nationalities, but they don't have lineages. That's the only difference between them when it comes down to ethnicity, so to speak. Which, first of all, the word ethnicity and race, they both mean the same thing, right? I think the Greek word goes back to ethnos, which essentially just means race or ethnicity, all right? something along those lines. Okay. Now the men of old, they had knowledge of I mean, because really that's just stupidity, right? Because that's self identification, right? That's going off of your own mind, of your own feelings, Oh, I feel like I'm this, I feel like I'm that. Same with transgender and all that, that madness. Okay, but that's not so. According to the scriptures, you are who your father is. All right, meaning what your pedigree starts with that man. All right, if a woman were to get with an Edomite man, so like, and she were to get pregnant and then bear a child, that child would be of that man, aka an Edomite, right? But if the roles were switched, and if it was an Israelite man with a heathen woman, meaning a woman that doesn't go back to the lineage of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, that doesn't matter. That baby's gonna be an Israelite. It's gonna have the traits, or the facial features, or maybe the skin tone of that woman, but it's still gonna be that the child of that man, okay? Because we plant the seed, right? The woman is just the storage device or an incubator, so to speak, Same how with this analogy, if you were to plant an orange seed or apple seed over there in Africa, it's not gonna be an African orange or African apple. It's gonna be, it might look different, but it's still gonna be an apple, is it not? It's still gonna be an orange, right? Doesn't matter where you plant it, it's still gonna be what it is. It's still gonna be of that seed line, all right? It's still gonna be of that man's of lineages, all right? Tracing all the way back to Noah and Adam, right? Now I'm gonna get many accounts of the scriptures because as spiritual men of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, we are required to be spiritual, all right? Right? Because we're forbidden to just accept or just to tell people or to look upon their outward appearance and just immediately say that man's that, First of all, back to the mixed thing. Just because you're light skinned, so to speak, a lighter shade of brown, or really pale looking and have woolly hair or curly hair, for people out in the world, which they're being carnal, by the way, that's immediately a green light to tell them, oh yeah, that man's mixed, or some bullcrap like that, right? That's a fleshly way of thinking, all right? So if I could just but what we're spiritual men, meaning what we don't look on their outward appearance, we look on their essence, the real thing that makes them we look at the thing, the spirit of what makes you, all right? This is the first, so like, let me try to find it. This is the first book of Samuel's, because Romans 15:4, that things written aforetime is written for our learning. This is 1 Samuel 16:7. It says, "But the Lord said unto Samuel, Look not on his countenance and in the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth. For man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart." Now, if you go into the Hebrew word heart, it goes back to the Hebrew word lab, meaning mind. Which way, well, as we know, that's where your spirit dwells. That's where your spirit abides, right? The heart, the mind of a man or a woman. Okay, so and that's what we're doing. That's why whenever we see a so-called white man out there, we don't immediately just call him a devil and just disregard him. We don't immediately just even the people of our nation, or someone that just looks different, looks as a different nation. Okay. Right, because as of right now, as of this day and age, many people have intermingled everywhere. So it has to be, we have no choice but to be spiritual, And that's actually one of the reasons why we can't be taking these, what's it called? A DNA test, That's why I want to get this precept in 1 Timothy. This is 1 Timothy 1:4. Neither give heed to fables and endless genealogies, all right? Because first of all, those, I've never taken one, but those machines or whatever they do for those DNA tests, they're all hella false. And who's run by it? The damn devil, Esau Edom. All right, so Slocky. So if that's the case, all right, if you were to take a damn DNA test, first of all, these devils don't even take account of the migration of people. All right, I don't know. They just take account of what African American, which those names go back to two white men, two so-called white men, two devils. All right, Amerigo Vespucci and I forgot the other one. I think it's like Leo Scipio Africanus, something like that. But these two men go back to those names go back to Edomites. Same with Asia, if I'm not mistaken. All right. So how can you take account? How can it be half this and half that? 20%, 25% of that. You know that makes absolutely no sense. I'll read that again. 1 Timothy 1:4. Neither give heed to fables and endless genealogies, which minister questions rather than edifying, which is in faith. So do. All right. Yeah, really, that ministers questions, man, and AKA that ministers Satan, because what? Next thing you know, you're gonna be bugging out. Next thing you know, you think you're 20% Edomite, or some off things like that. You know, but what it says, rather than edifying, which is in faith, so do. All right, we have absolutely no choice but to do it in faith, because we've been so really the whole world has intermingled itself. We need to try the spirit by the word, which is in faith. You know, just because you look like another nation, that doesn't immediately make it a green light. Hey, okay, you're of that nation. You're of that nation. You know, that's why some brothers say, shalom to you, confusion of face, meaning what, that they don't look like a typical Negro, Hispanic, and Native American. All right, which the spirit synchronizes with this word, because a heathen can't learn this. All right, the scriptures say that the Lord's name is dreadful among the heathen. So how is it that a heathen can actually accept it? Or how is it that a heathen can actually come up and actually receive the living waters, the word of the Lord? Because he's not a heathen. He's an Israelite. Okay? Now, I'm going to give more accounts, because back to the whole, that mixed crap. Mixing it up and, confused and shit. All right? Because in the book of, if you go to the genealogy of Mashiach Yahushua our Lord, you notice, this caught me off guard as well for first coming into this truth, is that one of the genealogy of Jesse, all right, the forefather of Jesse was I think it was Obed. I think I'm pronouncing that wrong, but before that it was Boaz. Okay, now Boaz was an Israelite, but you know who wasn't? His wife Ruth. All right, because what, Ruth was a Moabite, all right, of the tribe of Moab, which are which today they're being called the what was it? I think it was the so-called Chinese, all right, which in turn, people would look at that and immediately think, oh yeah, he's mixed. He has this percentage of, he's 5% Moab. Some bug out stuff like that. All right, so that's worldly thinking. That's coming out of your own mind. Because I said before, really mixed race. That's just a self-identification thing. All right, which America loves to push out on these people on the general population. All right. So I'm gonna start off in the book of Ruth, chapter 4, verse 13. It says, so and remember, Boaz is a forefather of the water and Jesse, all right, aka an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. All right, this is 1 Samuel's. Oh, Salakia. Yeah. This is the book of Ruth, chapter 4, verse 13. So Boaz took Ruth, a Moabite, and she was his wife. And when he went in on her, the Lord gave her conception, and she bare a son. Now, real quick, question to these morons out there, because that's an idiotic thing to say. So was Malak Dawadah, King David, was he going around? Was he prancing around saying, I'm 1/15th Moabite"? No. All right. It doesn't matter what your mother is. It's all about the father. All right. Actually, matter of fact, that would actually make Hamashiach Yahushua's genealogy. That would make his foremother a Moabite. Was he a Moabite? No. He was from the tribe of Judah. He was from the line of the. He went from the loins and the genes from the man of Judah himself. All right, through the lines of Boaz, Jesse. All right, through and through. All right, it wasn't half this, half that. He was an Israelite. All right, Ban Yehuda. All right, of Judah. All right. Actually, if I can get that in Matthew's, all right, because it says that and it confirms it in Matthew's the first chapter, the genealogy. Yep, this is it. This is the book of Matthew's 1:1. The book of the generations, O Salaki, the book of the generation of Yahushua Mashiach, our Lord, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Now, if you continue on, it obviously it goes through all lines, all through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. If you keep reading on down to verse 5, this is the point. And Solomon begot, obviously this is in the Greek, but it says begot Boaz of Rahab, and Boaz begot Obed of Ruth, and Obed begot Jesse. So that meant, I mean, hey, back to Romans 15:4, things written the fourth time is written for our learning. All right, Ruth doesn't matter what it doesn't matter that if she was a Moabite or not. All right, Osalaki, it doesn't matter what. Essentially, because what I said before, that women they don't hold lineages. They just have nationalities. Same here. All right. Just because Boaz took Ruth as a wife, and he used her as to bear a son, that doesn't make that son 15th of whatever the hell she is, or I don't know how the hell they made these mathematical equations, but that's what these damn devils do. Okay. So mixed race does not exist. All right. That's what the whole video is about. I should because people this is another part of debunking these false beliefs, because this is just a belief, really. Casting down imaginations, as the scriptures say. So again, Lord's will, this video wasn't supposed to be that long, or however long it is, but with that, I want to say, call Allah Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Wakakudash, and Lord's will, you brothers were edified. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders, I agree most on GMS who were well and who taught us this truth, and peace and salutations to you fellow laborers that are pushing out this word in sincerity and in truth. And with that, I'm going to say, Shalom.